Hi, welcome. My name is Dale McCluskey, and on this video I'd like to take a couple minutes to talk about the relational picture, so to speak, and why it is that will trigger a dog when you're, say, in a certain environment, and just kind of like peripherally it seems out of the corner of your eye there'll be a movement, or the person will move a certain way, and it'll just seem to trigger a very highly charged state of mind in the dog. He'll express aggression. He'll flash over. It's like he's not giving you much warning. But what it is, it's as the dog, to explain how this kind of this domino effect happens. It's to understand that when dogs gain power, they find comfort in power, and they're seeking fulfillment within that relational kind of connection. That what happens is it's kind of like paint strokes coming together. It's like a picture coming together. And so when a dog gains power within the context of certain situations, there's a image that is becomes kind of painted or takes shape within the dog's mind that is connected to this fulfillment of power, and at higher and higher levels as this goes on over time, they gain more fulfillment through that. So that's why even visually, just as things come together, they begin to anticipate it. So they know it's coming, or they anticipate it's coming. But what it is within situations, that's why they'll make certain connections. It's kind of like a painter taking a paintbrush and starting to paint a picture, and you can get within a certain as that painting starts to take shape, there's a certain point where you'll see things. You'll say, oh, that looks like a landscape with a barn in it, whatever, a person looks like a tree, and it'll just you'll come to a point where you can tell that that's what's going to be painted. Just there's a certain type of imagery that comes together at a certain point. Well, it's the same with dogs. Once they gain power, there's certain imagery that takes shape. But what happens as they gain more and more power, and they're anticipating more and more, and they find more fulfillment in that, it takes less and less paint strokes. They start anticipating quicker, so there'll be less of that picture has to happen before it'll trigger the dog's mind. And so that's just something to be very aware of. Like, sometimes we'll have a hard time figuring out what it is. But that's where we have to paint a different picture. That's why, when I show dogs relational beings and bringing online this this relational script, changing out the imagery, that's what you're doing. You're changing out the imagery. You're like, you're painting a different picture in the dog's mind. And it goes beyond just at the associative level, because like I said, this learning-based script, what they're trying to do through treats, they're trying to change out imagery through something that the dog likes, a different association. But oftentimes what that does is it doesn't truly change the core of the relationship. It doesn't fix the problem. It just, they still are holding power, just they're thinking about a situation or a person differently. But it's just like the narcissist or the selfish person being comforted because they're given what they want. It doesn't mean that they're respecting anyone or empathy for anybody or they really care about anybody. They're just being fulfilled. And it's the same thing when you start going into this learning-based ideology. You just understand oftentimes it's just appearance-based. It's not really meaningful at all, and so you're not fixing the problem. But within the context of actually changing out the imagery to an entirely different picture, and it's within the follower script. This is where you have to bring, this is where relational influence has to come online, when you see what I'm doing. So anyway, just something to think about. You think about imagery and pictures, just think about the leash as kind of like your paintbrush. But it's all about how the picture that you're painting as you're starting to change out how the dog thinks. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a great day.